right, welcome back to the Final Shot Podcast. Today, the podcast is brought to you by USG Canada, the official gloves of the Final Shot Podcast. You guys, the last show I did, which was 2 weeks ago, unfortunately, we had to take a week off due to some amateur boxing obligations that I had to go to in Lloydminster. But the last gloves I showed you were the Grant style with the ripple cuff. These ones are not. These are a different style, different cavity, same foam, same density, same bad guy colors, but just a different look and feel.
And that has the new logo, right? We were talking about.
This has the new logo, yes, logo. USG Canada logo. I like it. I like how they put the bad guy on there.
Can we talk about your other product that you got from USG?
You like those blue and silver gloves? Those are the pro gloves. So those are a high density foam with a horsehair core.
They look sharp at the club the other day.
But
10 ounce, you said?
Those are 10-ounce gloves, but I felt just as safe in those 10-ounce gloves as I did my 16s. I was ripping on the bag.
I don't know if it's a mental thing or not, but you look faster.
Well, you're taking 6 ounces off of a fucking glove, right? So yeah, it was way faster. But they were super comfortable.
Felt great.
Listen, everybody knows I'm not. If they were a piece of shit, I'd tell you. Trust me, I don't care. These guys don't pay me, but they do give me some shit, which I respect. But they don't pay me any money to say any of this stuff, and I want that to be very clear. But yeah, USG, they do make all my stuff. Anything you see me doing videos on in the gym, gloves or anything like that is all done with USG gloves. I really like them. I recommend them to everybody. So if you guys want to get a pair of USG gloves, hit up my boy Howie. I believe it's Howie at usgcanada.com. Send him an email or hit him up on Facebook or Instagram.
He's really responsive on Facebook.
And you guys can do all your ordering from there in the meantime while their website's being built. Who else we got? Fucking On It.
On It, yes. On It.
If you're not on it, get on it.
I've heard you guys.
At onit.com/TFS podcast and save 10%.
Go to the website, check it out. Everything's self-explanatory. Amazing website, great products.
New mood, get it.
Get it. I clearly need it right now. I'm grumpy right now.
Yeah, you're grumpy. Alpha Brain, probably the best product on the planet for cognitive function. Shroom Tech Sport and Shroom Tech Immune. If you're a sick motherfucker and you're getting sick all the time, take the Shroom Tech Immune. It actually does work. It's made from cordyceps mushrooms. And with On It, they offer you a 100% guaranteed money back thing. Like if you don't like the supplement, fucking call them and tell them. Keep it. And they'll give you your money back. But don't be a fucking cunt and take advantage of that and then order under somebody else's fucking name. You Jews.
I know that happened for a while there. People were reselling it on Amazon and eBay and stuff. But
yeah.
They took advantage of the system.
Who else we got? Sovereign Extracts, my CBD guys. Listen, best CBD product on the planet. Sovereign Extracts. And last but not least, the best fight shop in Edmonton, Alberta is the Clinch Fight Shop. Hit up my guy Sunil. Use the promo code The Bad Guy, and you'll save how much, Derek?
10%. I actually have a Clinch Fight Shop story.
Okay, hit it.
I ordered a reflex ball and titled version of a lace and loop for my new USG gloves. They made a mistake, and they ended up sending me a pair of 12-inch Fairtex gloves and a brand new pair of shin guards. Both my color and both oddly my size. Very odd. Both something I was in the market for as well. Sent me a long email apologizing, asking if we please send it back, and I said, you know what? Don't send it back. I'll buy it. Expecting to pay full price because their full prices are always kind of reasonable.
Yeah.
I might get in trouble for saying this, but I got in total between the two, they took $60 off.
That's better than the bad guy promo.
Right. So I got that, and I felt so good. I felt it was so cool about it. I had to take that money that I saved, and I just bought more product. I got a pair of new shorts. Also, so yeah, maybe bad news is good news, but still the best fight shop. People say in Edmonton. For me, it's Canada. I get all the stuff I need there. Super good customer service. Yeah, what more can you say?
Okay, before we go any further, before we get to the podcast, how many fucking dicks have you sucked in the last week? You sound terrible.
My voice is terrible. Yeah, like it was. I don't know if it was gay pride or what was going on, but yeah, I'm not feeling.
Bro, you sound like fucking The guy from the Shaft song. He's a bad motherfucker.
Okay, I don't know if I start a blues band or something, but
Wow.
not feeling 100% today. But we knocked a podcast. We knocked a great podcast off. We just finished it with Nathan. I can't say his last name.
Nathan, the Timberwolf Millier. Fuck, here he is. Welcome back to the Final Shot podcast. Today on the podcast, we got a special treat for you guys. We have the CPBC middleweight Canadian champion, Nathan, the Timberwolf Millier. I didn't fuck your name up.
No, we're good. Thanks, Tanner.
How's it going, brother?
Good.
You good?
It's good, man. It's good. It's just I got a lot going on. It's everything's been going good right now with my training, and just I got a lot of opportunities this year. So 2019, I feel it's going to be a big year for me.
Everything's clicking for you right now. It's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
We are about a half an hour late from the show because you had a very important phone call. Can we talk about this phone call? Is it good or is it bad?
It was good. It was a good. It's more towards leaning towards my business.
Okay.
I'm a fish buyer, so it's just play a valued service in the fishing industry amongst the fishermen and the plants. So it's stay pretty busy. So
I respect that.
Yeah.
All right, you got a fight coming up with no opponent to be named yet, but will it be for your title?
There was talks about defending my title against Anthony Lassard, but it's just there's a few things that may be right now. There's a few problems that we may be going into with that fight. It's he may have another fight, so it's right now there's talks about a later date as well. Like I'm in talks with possible date in the future, so it's just one of those things that you got to be ready any time. So
I can shed some knowledge on the Anthony Lassard fight. That fight will not be happening as he is fighting for Dakota March 30th against somebody I've never heard of that's like 3-12. So trust me, he's not going to step up and fight you.
Yeah. No, it's hard business. Like we're all training hard and it's putting money into the game. Like a lot of fighters don't make nothing, so it's rough. It's a hurt business, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's not for the weak at heart, that's for sure. Anthony Lassard, I don't have a pass with him, but I was at what was supposed to be his last fight at KO Boxing, where he made weight, and then I guess his coach couldn't show up, so he pulled out of the fight the night of the fight.
Oh wow!
So is what it is, I guess, and he wanted to make a comeback. So I don't know if fighting the Timberwolf is the greatest fight to make a comeback on.
No, I wouldn't recommend it.
All right, so how has the last couple of years been going for you? I went through your box rack. It looks like you've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, I've been staying steady. It's been going good. Like the training, I did a lot of training with Jim Maloney and Bridget Stevens. I was in Halifax for the last 5 years and putting my name out in Nova Scotia, which was nice. Got on the amateur scene to help all the kids, all the youths on our team. So it was nice. It was you have a good branch of amateur fighters right now that are developing that will be the fighters in the professional league here in the Maritimes someday. So it's quite exciting to know that boxing's going on a rise from here.
Well, you were busy as shit in 2017. You had 4 fights.
Yeah, I was very fortunate to have a position in my band council to have the luxury to train. So it was nice. It was I had the support with the community and had a good position there. So I had a lot more time to train properly for my fights.
Well, you went the distance with Tim Cronin, who's no slouch.
Yeah. That's
a good fight. That was for a Canadian lightweight title. What title was that?
That was a light heavyweight title. It was I felt in my heart that I didn't lose that fight. So it was just a tough fight. When you take fights on the road, it's just one of those things you have to expect that they're gonna favor their homeboy. So at the end of the day, if you're going to someone's backyard, you better knock them the fuck out. So
that is correct. If you're strolling into somebody else's yard, not unless your name's Steve Claggett, then you might have a chance.
Stevie's an amazing boxer, man. Like I think throughout my boxing career, Steve's name was always thrown, and He's a great fighter, just skilled, like very professional, top class. Like I like him. Like Steve's top class, man.
He was the 2018 guest of the year on this show.
Oh wow!
So
yeah.
I do have a past with Steve Claggett, and obviously a future with him too. He's one of the nicest guys on the planet.
Yeah, he's very professional. Like he holds himself up pretty good. Professional scene.
He fights at 140. What's middleweight? I'm an idiot.
Middleweight's 160.
160.
Yeah.
So then what's next up from there? Is it 168?
168, yeah, would be the next. And I did have fights at 168. I think after Tim Cronin, I went and had a fight a month later with another tough prospect, U.S. prospect.
Charles Foster.
Yeah, he was good. Like, and he was a better fighter that night. I don't like to say I lost. It was but he did outpoint me. My problem was I just ran out of time. It was just one of those fights that if I was gonna catch him at some point.
It's a problem with those lower round fights. You get into those 4 and 6 round fights, and if you're a slow starter or you can't get the ball rolling in the first couple of rounds, it's going to be a tough go. You better close the show.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
So, what's the plan for 2019? Then you're gonna keep the ball rolling. You're gonna do this fight in what is it, May?
Yes, I'm gonna do this fight card in May 4th with McKillop Promotion, and then there's talks. There's all kinds of promoters that are asking me to fight. I'm kind of tempted to go down to the stateside again for a fight. It's nice scene down in Lowell. I love it down that area. So I wouldn't mind going back there. CES Boxing does a great job in promoting. Same as the Irish boys there. The Irish.
The Claggett fought on that show.
Yes. Yeah. Spike O'Sullivan usually features on most of their main event cards as well. So
I like that guy a lot, Spike.
Yeah,
he's fun to watch.
Spike's good. It's he is fun to watch. I think that him and David Lemieux, that was David Lemieux, he's just a tough man. He's just caught him with a nice left hook, lights out.
David Lemieux might be one of the hardest punchers on the planet, though. Like, that left hook's nasty.
Oh man, him and Stevens is the worst. I think that was a crushing blow right there.
Those were this fucking Canadian scene's weird, right? Like, everybody's so up and down all the time. Like, David Lemieux's definitely at the top of the heap, but then when you chuck him in with like a Canelo or a Triple G, it's a tough night.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about the American boxing scene a little bit, because have you gone to the States?
Yes, I have. I fought at my first state fight was at the Mohegan Sun.
Oh, wow.
I actually had Mickey Ward and Dickie Eklund in my corner that fight. So it's quite the hat. Like, I went down there a few weeks before. I had Dickie I trained with Dickie and Mickey, and it was nice to have them walk in with me. And in the same arena that Arturo Gotti and Mickey fought in, right? The first fight. So it was something else. You step in the ring. I went in right before the fights. It was all empty. I just walked in, and I looked up. It was like a Gladiator Stadium. I was like,
right.
Just, I could feel it. I felt the energy, man. It was awesome. I loved it. It was.
Tell me a little bit about Dickie Ward, because there's that movie out, obviously, with Mark Wahlberg was in it about the Ward brothers, but Dickie seems like a fucking character.
Oh man, Christian Bale played a perfect part of Dickie. Like, you go there, Dickie, he's something else. He's a character. I could say a few stories about Dickie. He's just a little crazy, but he's smart. He knows his boxing knowledge. His IQ level in boxing, he's up there. He just knows these little tricks, right? And Dickie's fighting Alan Clark in Halifax was one of the craziest knockouts. If you haven't seen it, you could Google it, and it's unbelievable. He comes up with an uppercut in the 10th round and hits him with 10 blows. Bah, 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 bah. Ref didn't stop it, and I'm surprised that Alan Clark was alive at the end of it. It's just
wow.
It was a brutal knockout exchange that Dickie did, and but he was telling me the round before. It was round 9. Dickie smoked him with a nice hard right. Alan Clark was like, "You're done. next round. This was right after the bell rang in the 9th round, so starting up the 10th, he came forward and he just he banged it out. When he did that, he said he wasn't stopping. He's like, I just kept fucking throwing. And
Wow.
sure enough, he was out cold, and I think that ended Alan's career in his professional scene. So.
What was the movie that they did? I can't remember the name of it.
That was The Fighter.
The Fighter.
Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale. That's a nice movie.
They really paint a picture of Dickie Ward in that, where he's like crackhead fuck.
Yeah, he still have some problems.
Yeah.
Like he's got a gout, so he's still on pain meds for medication for his legs. He don't have the best legs right now, so
yeah,
he's got some pain meds for his legs.
It's definitely.
He'll probably be on it for a while.
It's hard to make a judgment call on these guys when they make a movie about them and they paint them in this picture where they might not be the greatest person on the planet, right? I don't know the fucking guy. I enjoyed the movie, and it sounds like he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Oh yeah, man. He does know what he's doing. Like he goes there and just the little tricks. He'll tighten it up and he'll perfect it. And like most coaches, they'll let you hit the pads, pitter patter, and then okay, next person.
Yeah.
With him, nope, keep doing, nope. Till you get it right. That's how he is. He's right anal about, like, you got to be right precise, man. He just tells you everything, the form, and Dickie's good in that sense. And it's as for myself, like, I didn't have the amateur background. I just jumped straight into the pro scene, so it's nice to have that expertise.
Yeah.
That he wants to give off. So.
Hey.
But he's a good trainer.
We need more guys like Dickie Ward in boxing, so I wish him all the best, and I hope he figures whatever he's got going on, because it sounds like he's a fantastic trainer, and he's probably a great guy too.
Yeah, Father Time's getting the best of him right now. He's getting older. It's just a great trainer, though. He's if you ever meet him, grab as much knowledge as you can off him, because he could tell you a bunch. He could share with you for sure.
Now tell me about the fight scene out where you're at. You're in Nova Scotia, right?
Right now I'm in New Brunswick. So it's the fight scene's always been good here for the last 10 years. It was Dwayne Story who's pretty well started here with the next great heavyweight.
Yeah.
That's how it all began, and that's when I came out a few years later. So it was fight scene's been here, and I've been fighting for 8 years now in the professional scene. But I traveled. I fought a couple fights in Halifax, 3 fights in the States. I don't mind traveling to fight. It's just it's got to be
right situation, right money.
Yeah, that's right. Money talks.
Money talks. Well, what's your record now? You're what, 13-2?
13-2-2. Yeah.
It's a good record though. I like it when I see. I say this to everybody that has a loss. I like it when I see losses.
Yeah. No, it's I honestly, like, in my heart, I say I'm 17-1. I have one no contest that I was beating them up. I should be up there in ranks. It's just right now, I felt that one fight was stolen, and the other 2 draws were hometown boys, hometown decisions. They got lucky. So yeah, I beat it. It was one-sided beatings, and they still got the draw. So I don't know. It just happens in the game, and it's unfortunate.
Now, my producer showed me a poster not too long ago, and it was with you and Shaquille Finn. Did you guys fight, or were you supposed to fight?
We were supposed to fight for the super middleweight title, and what happened was 4 days before the fight, we had another young amateur fighter who was in the ring that had a fight coming up in 2 weeks. He says, my coach said, just go in there, just keep your hands up, nothing serious, right? Just going in there. I was doing my movements, and sure enough, I'm doing all my head movements, going in the corner, backing up, doing all my angles, and he was putting the pressure. And when he put the pressure, I just kind of shuffled right, jumped, did like a 90-degree turn, just shuffled, and the kid's elbow came up, smoked me, and caught me in the eyebrow. So it was unfortunate. It's just I had 4 stitches for that 4 days before the fight, and one jab would have opened me up. So it's just unfortunate. It was my first. I was actually in really good shape for that fight. I was ready, and just accident happened. So, and then the year later, I had a fight with Tim,
Yeah.
and I lost that. So, and then in the same year, I fought for another Canadian title, and that was for with Adam Green. So it's just I've had 2 title fights. I said that year, I said this is going to be my year. I'm going to get my title, and I lost my opportunity, but still got it at the end of the year. So just determination, hard work. You just got to keep focused on what your passion is. I guess the best thing I can say.
Our Canadian titles are a little, I don't want to say lesser looked upon, but they are, unfortunately. And I think that's something that we need to right. What does it mean to you to be the CPBC champion?
It means a lot, man. It's I worked hard to get there. It's I did 8 years, and I took the steps that I needed, took the fights that I needed, and I just made sure it was smart. Like I was smart about it. It's just I got opportunities to fight for bigger titles, but one person told me the smartest move for you is to get your regional title, get the Canadian, and then get your Commonwealth or North American title. Keep building yourself as a fighter and learning. So for myself, it was when this old man presented that to me, I was like, this guy's not old to be dumb. They're wise, right? They're wise in this boxing knowledge that they have. So I took that in, and I said, you know what, it's probably the smartest bet for me to do and gradually build. So, if the Commonwealth title comes or North American title, I'm always open for it. It's just right now I just got to focus on one fight at a time, I would say. So you just never know when your last fight happens, right?
Now Nathan's opened a door for me to come through and talk about the proper steps to take in the sport. I was presented with an opportunity last week to take a fight in Mexico. I'm good with that.
That would have been nice.
I'm cool with it. Until they asked me to pay for my opponent. Now, everybody that's on YouTube just seen Nathan's face. This kind of shit happens in boxing all the time. Noel Harding, classic case. Go to his box rec.
Yeah.
I fought all of his fights in Mexico. You're 16-1 for a reason, sir, because you fought shit cans that you paid for. It's true.
Yeah. No, it happens a lot, man. It's a lot of people do it, and I have the losses on my record to prove I don't. So it's I train hard, and it's not I don't pay for any of my fights. So
that's not what I was implying. But what
I understand, but there's a lot of guys.
Stuart McLennan.
I know. Yeah, there's a handful I know, but
yeah,
that do that. So
it's not right though.
No, it's not. It's a fake record. At the end of the day, it is a fake record. But it's they're climbing the ladder their way. I guess there's more ways to get to the top than one way. I guess
there is definitely. There's ways to cut corners. You can skip steps, but when you run into a person like Cody Crowley, or Nathan Millier, or Steve Claggett, or a Dario Berdician, or an Adam Braidwood, what's going to happen? Yep. Tell me, Nathan, what's going to happen?
They're in for a nightmare, man. They're in for a nightmare.
Exactly. So
they can't handle it.
So
they won't be able to handle it.
I'm very angry about this. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Especially when I get a phone call from a guy. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to pay for your opponent. No, sir, you're gonna have to pay me. I'm sorry.
Oh, exactly. That's not how the professional scene should work. You're getting paid. You got to get paid for your fight. So.
Well, the key kicker was I wasn't gonna make a goddamn red cent.
Yeah, you're going out there and you're taking the risk, and they're taking all the reward. So.
Now there is legitimate Mexican boxing promotions out there that do put on real shows where guys aren't getting paid, but there is these fucking assholes. Perez, I think his last name is, that called me a dick.
Is he from Toronto?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've passed. I met him last weigh-in. So.
You met that guy? Slap him in the face.
I met him at the weigh-ins there. So I just he's a hardcore vegan. I know that for sure. And,
fucking red flag right there.
I know he's a vegan. I love my hunting though. I'm a country boy at heart, so I love my hunting. I go moose hunting, deer. I do it all. So
Let's talk about hunting then,
fish.
because I'm a hunter too.
Awesome.
So what you
Awesome.
did you take anything home this year?
Oh, I got some deer meat, moose. I actually got some beef. My whole deep freeze is full.
Oh wow.
Got some salmon. I got some lobster meat as well. So I eat pretty good. I can't be a vegan. I'm sorry about that.
No, I can't be a vegan either. I got a whitetail and a mule deer this year.
Nice. I've been wanting to go and shoot my elk up Manitoba area. So
Yeah.
it's still in the talks. So maybe next 2019 season's gonna come out with an elk. The Timberwolves coming out with an elk.
Well, I might meet
Gotta
him in
get that red
Manitoba
meat.
then. That's not far from here.
No?
No,
Yeah,
I'm in
come.
Saskatchewan, so.
Oh, nice.
What do you hunt with? Do you hunt with a bow or a gun?
I hunt at 303. I got my
Okay.
303 British, so I got that does the trick.
I use a bow. I have a compound bow that I like to use that I got my mule deer with this year.
Nice.
Now, everybody, oh, you hunt with a bow. It's fucking hard.
Yes, it is. It's a skill, man. It's I tried to do it once and I lost all my bows, so that's when I stopped.
I lost
I'm
all
not
the
the
arrows.
best. You think the native over here would be the guy to bow hunt, but it does take a skill, man. Archery is no joke.
Yeah, and then I have a 300 Win Mag.
Nice. Yeah, my brother has one of those. That was I had one of my longest shots with the 300 short mag.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 400-meter shot. Boom.
That's a long ass poke.
It was a crazy shot. You know, it felt good. That was my farthest recording shot, but you know, we all mess around back in the woods at the camp, and it's always a good time. It's always a good time.
See, I'm always nervous to take those long shots, especially out here because it's wide open space, right? Like you can see the hell and back out in Saskatchewan. So if like
yeah, I heard. I always hear about that. I heard there was some woods though. I heard you guys got some.
I don't want to call it woods. We have coulees. So like you go down south and there's rolling hills and stuff like that, but there's nothing like I grew up in Ontario, so I'm used to thick bush. Hey, that's what she said. But
the thick bush.
yeah, and then I moved out to BC. I did some hunting out there, so I got used to hunting in the woods. And now I'm out on the prairies where you can see everything.
Yeah.
But
see, you lose your dog. You see your dog running down there for 2 days. Oh, there he is. He's still over there.
Yeah, he's fine.
Still running down there. It's fine. Yeah.
But I'm always a common practice to get as close as possible to them, and I'm a weird fucker, so I like to sneak up on them.
Yeah. No, that's the exciting part, man. I do like that. I called it was 2 years ago. I called a bull moose out, and that was it's quite the shot. That was came up, I'd say about 20, 30 feet away from me, and dropped her right there. It was easy, clean, loaded up on the truck, and we were all set. That was awesome. That was a quick hunt.
What were you using? What were you using to call it in?
Just my hands.
Oh yeah.
I could. I'm a good moose hunter. So.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fucking good.
Yeah, man.
That's real good.
Yeah, you gotta be a little loud, but it's the bull call's a crazy one. Like when they're coming in, you're grunting at them. Like, you can hear them, and it's a little scary. So the grunts, You have this little it's like I think of it as like a teardrop going in the water, like a little
Yeah.
But it's a hollowed noise, so it's weird, man. They're beautiful creature. Actually, they're supposed to be the ugliest creature. I think number 2 or
Really?
number 2 in the books, I think, is the ugliest creature. But I think they're beautiful and it tastes amazing.
They're good eating. I don't know.
Oh, they're good eating.
Have you ever been up in the mountains when the elk are screaming?
I haven't been in the mountains. I actually haven't went elk hunting yet. So it's there's no elk on the East Coast.
Oh yeah.
It's more prairies or mainland.
So I've been up in
West Coast
BC,
as well.
and they're like up way up in the mountains, and you just hear them screaming, and you can't see them.
Oh man, that's crazy.
So
That'd be something to hear, man.
It's really, really loud, and it sounds like fucking rape. They're just,
Yeah.
they're going nuts, but it's something because you can get the bugles right, and
Yeah.
you can mimic it, and they'll literally like if you're camoed up and you're in a bush or something like that, they'll walk right up on you.
Yes, sir.
They get stupid. I've never shot an elk. I've been up there calling them in and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely. I don't know if like they got some big fucking antlers on them too, right? Imagine one of those things charging at you. No,
I would want to see it. I'd shoot it right there.
'Cause I know moose. They're very aggressive, especially if they have a calf around a mother moose, and they'll go after you.
Yeah.
And they'll stomp the shit out of you.
There's a few occasions. It's we have a lot of moose, so like people will hit a moose on the side of the road, and usually the calf is left just staying at the tree line waiting for its mom. So usually we'd have to take out both animals because the calf's not going to live, right? So
Veal.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that we have a lot of animals in the Maritimes, so I'm blessed to be around the woods and around this area. So usually train in the woods. I hit the mountains up, and I do a lot of running in the woods.
Yeah.
So country boy. So
nice. I respect that. One thing I don't respect though is that you don't shoot a fucking goddamn bow and arrow anymore.
Hey man, I had a crossbow, and
that's cheating.
That's cheating. Yeah, that's like that is cheating. No, but I'm gonna invest in one. I do gotta invest in one. Like I said, that's one of my goals on my bucket list is to drop a moose with the compound bow.
Hey,
you have to be up close, right? You have to be right.
Let's make a deal then. I'm a bow hunter. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you full-blooded native? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. My mother was a half. She was half native. So I don't even know what that makes me. I'm not even fucking native. Let's be honest here. Doesn't make no difference. But let's make a deal. You get a compound bow. We'll meet. Maybe let's go to the Yukon.
Yes.
You want to go to the Yukon?
That'd be sweet.
I've always wanted to go. I've always wanted to go.
I've been there once.
Yeah.
I've been to Whitehorse, and it's beautiful.
Well, they got some big moose up there.
I went there in May around and it was 23 hours of daylight, man. It's awesome. It's a beautiful place.
I'm gonna give you 1 year, Nathan.
Give me 1 year of practice.
1 year practice, and then we'll go get weird in the woods with some moose.
Sounds good, man.
Okay, let's do that.
I'd be up for that. I'm gonna have to invest in one of those compounds now.
Yeah, let's get Nathan a big money fight, and then he can buy a real good one because they ain't cheap.
No, man, they're not cheap. They're not cheap.
And now you're a fisherman too, right?
I'm a fish buyer. So
what the fuck is that?
I'm at the wharf. I'm at the wharf. I'm the one taking all the fishermen's product.
Okay.
Lobster.
Explain this to me. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I play valued service for the fishermen, so I supply them with what they need to make their lives a lot easier, and their only job is to go out and fish.
Okay.
So they go out and fish, they bring their lobster to me, and I bring it to my buyers, and I just resell it. So
you're a middleman.
I'm the middleman. So
he's a fish dealer. I respect that.
Yeah, it's
just lobster.
Everyone's trying to make it just lobster, and there's potential opportunities for myself as well. Like I could get into other crab, or it could be fish, it could be herring, salmon. So it could be any kind of product. Just right now, I specialize more into lobster.
So, do you pay the fishermen when you take it from them, or do you sell it?
I paid them next week. They fish. It's week to week pay. So whatever they make this week, we'll get paid for next. So
you employ them then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have a business?
Yes, I do.
And you send out the fishermen. They catch it, and you go sell it to wholesalers or a restaurant or some nonsense like that.
Yeah, I make sure that everything's all accounted for. So whatever they catch, I make sure that they get dollar for dollar, whatever the market is at the time. So market fluctuates. It's a seafood industry. It goes up and down. So everything, like the prices, they all fluctuate. So typically they stay the same throughout the season, but up and down, like for spring and fall, 2 different seasons, the prices will fluctuate.
Okay, let me hit you with this then. Like, let's say I want to get weird with my wife and I got to do something special. And I'm like, yo, Nathan, I need 3 lobsters shipped to my house in Saskatchewan. Can you do that?
We could discuss that for sure. Yes. We could discuss that, and it'll I'll be your man, sir, during August to October months.
Perfect.
So if you need any lobster, then that's when I can hook you up.
This is a very interesting thing that you have going. So do the fishermen own their own boats, or do you own them?
Yes. No, the boats are well. I deal with a lot of First Nations.
Okay.
But I mean, I could have any fisherman, anyone that has product I could deal with. It's not a problem. But right now, it's a lot of my clientele are Aboriginal fishermen. Okay. So they're friends or family, they're community members, and they just it's all based out of relationships, right?
Yeah.
It's a business based out of relationships, and I couldn't do it without them, and they all respect me in that sense as well, and I provide a service for them that they're happy with. So.
Okay, now this is going to be a bit of a weird topic, but we've said, so when we explain the people that originally were on this goddamn continent before anybody else was here, there was the first one, and excuse me if I offend anybody, was Indian, which is probably not right to say. Now we've said First Nations, we've said Aboriginal, which I don't like that one. I don't know why. It bugs me.
Yeah, Aboriginals, it's difficult because it's we have Aboriginals of all kinds of different all over different continents, right? So it's you have Aboriginals of Mexico, for example, or Aboriginals of Portugal.
Yeah.
And it's.
But you guys are the originals.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would we say Aboriginal? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
And then we've said, what was the other one that we said? Native.
Yeah.
Which is the proper one that we're supposed to use nowadays? Is the only one that bugs me is Aboriginal. I don't like it.
I use Native American or First Nation myself.
Okay.
Like it's really really comes down to what people. I guess everyone has different preferences. I guess. A lot of people call us Indians because of the Indian Act. So it's just one of those. The Indian Act is just.
Where did the word Indian? Where did that word come from? Indian.
Indian Act. It's the law. The Indian Act law. It's
okay.
It's what happens is it's an international law through Britain and Canada, and it's just that's what gives us our treaty rights and our crown land and
I have issue with all of this.
Fish. So that's the biggest part of why we still got our rights. I guess is because of the Indian Act.
What rights, man? You should have all the rights.
Oh yeah, it's the problem is it's not enforced with our government, where they say that Indians are supposed to get all tax-free money, but everyone's still taking my tax money. So
everybody takes my tax money too. Fuck.
Everyone's taking my tax money. So I don't know what anyone else is saying about Indians not paying tax. They're still taking my tax money.
See, this whole situation with reserves and fucking what they get, it bugs the shit out of me. It drives me nuts because. My ancestors, which I'm mostly a fucking cornbread white kid, we came over here and we took it.
Yeah.
It's not right.
Yeah.
But then we put you guys on reservations. That ain't right.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. No, it's unfortunate what happened. Everyone still thinks it was the cowboys and Indians. Really, there were no cowboys here. It was all just documented paperwork that was. Let's sign X here, and we're taking your land pretty well. And that's pretty well how they did it. So
we're gonna kill everybody and fucking fuck up Buffalo for everybody.
Yeah,
fuckers.
Yeah, so it is what it is. It's just there's a lot of history, especially down in my area.
Yeah,
this is where we were the first settlers, first to deal with the settlers, white settlers.
Okay.
And started off with the Mi'kmaq people and started from the east, and they moved themselves to the west.
Now, what band, tribe are you a part of?
I'm from Elsipogtog First Nations.
What does that mean?
It's River of Fire.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's
I like that name.
it's a nice name. We actually we just got it back in 2001. It was our original name, and just on the documents, normal government papers that they had, they just put Big Cove, and we ended up having a referendum with our people. We brought everyone together, and we all voted, and everyone voted that they wanted the name Elsipogtog back.
I like it.
So, yeah, it's nice. I like it. It's a lot of history, right? So it brings a lot of history in these waters, and it's a beautiful area I'm living in. It's right now too cold. I'd rather stay down south or something, man. It's too damn cold here in Canada. So
your name on paper is Nathan Millier.
Yes, Nathan Millier.
Do you have a native name? That were you?
Yes, I
given
do.
one?
It's Baptism and Bawaj Jij.
Say it again.
It's Baptism and Bawaj Jij. It means wolf bear boy.
Fuck, I love that.
Yeah, it's wolf bear boy. So I got two spirits, they say, in me, that strong as a bear, but the mind of a wolf. So it's pretty neat. So it's but that was the name that was given to me in the sweat lodge. So it was
Sweat lodge.
I honor it. That's my name. But not
like
too many people know that name. So
hey, I'm glad I asked because I like that name. That's good.
yeah.
Now, how old are you when you do that kind of a name? Like, I'm guessing there's some kind of I don't want to sound like a fucking idiot, but is there a ceremony? Like, you go into a sweat lodge.
Yeah.
There's some.
Usually it's you always have to give back to the instructor.
Okay.
Because they're doing a ceremony for you, so you have to offer. Usually it could be blueberries, tobacco, and you just offer them maybe red cloths. And for their tobacco ties. So it's you go through a ceremony, you do the sweat lodge, and at the end of the sweat, you're granted your name.
And how old were you when this happened?
I was 12.
12.
When I got that name. 12 years old. Wow. And but like the names change, right? Like I like when I was a baby, I got my first name, and it was Little Wolf.
Okay.
I was a newborn. And this was with David Geo. He's a wise man. He's a blind man, but he was very spiritual. Yeah, He could see premonitions and stuff, I guess. And he gave me the name Little Wolf, and it started off with just a little smudging circle. And I was just a baby, and sure enough, that was my name for the longest time. And then when I turned 12. I was like, well, I'm no longer the Little Wolf, I said. I want my name. And sure enough, they gave me Wolf Bear Boy. And that was, I liked it. That's what I wanted. So
now, when you're like 74, will they give you a different one?
Possibly.
Okay.
Be old Wolf, maybe. I don't know.
A silverback?
70. Yeah, 7 years old. Gray Wolf or something like that.
Now, is that where the Timberwolf nickname came from?
Actually, no. This is a good story. For 2 years in my boxing career, I'm happy you asked this. I didn't have a name. It was just Nathan Millier. I'd come out and I'd go and fight. I was going through I was thinking Dreamcatcher. I was thinking Nightmare. I was Savage. I was thinking of all these names and what can I be? And I started getting tattoos on myself. I put one on my back. It was just one. I put like a wolf, like tearing my back up on tearing out my back, and sure enough, I just said that. No, I almost wanted it howling, but I was like, I'm a little too angry. I said I wouldn't be the howling wolf. I'd be the fighting wolf. I said. So, sure enough, years go by. Another year goes by, and I still haven't found out what name I wanted. So it was. I was driving. I was in Fredericton, New Brunswick. I was driving to my favorite fishing hole, and sure enough, I yell out, like, Jesus fucking Christ, Lord, give me a fucking sign, I said. And I'm driving on the road, and sure enough, I just need help. I need a fucking sign to tell me my fucking name, I said. I kept driving. Literally, about 15 minutes later, I drive by this heavy equipment building. It was Timberland Construction. And I was like, wow, Timberland, timber wolf. I was like, why didn't that ever come across my mind? I said, like, Jesus, what's wrong with you, man? I was like, timber wolf. Like, one of my ex-girlfriends was like, you should be Nathan Wolf Millier. I was like, that don't even go good. That don't go good. Don't roll off the tongue smooth.
Yeah.
And so once I heard Timberwolf, I was like, Nathan, the Timberwolf Millier. I was like, that's it. Can't get any clearer than that. I said, you know, the bigger man, someone up there was telling me this is your sign.
Yeah.
So
now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is a timber wolf basically a gray wolf?
Timberwolf is it's a Northern Territory wolf, right? So it's typically gray, but you have to remember, like, it's just like me with a white woman, you know, or you're mixing all kinds of different wolves. So you're gonna have a mixed gray wolf, or you're gonna have a black wolf.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just you're kind of like, or me with a black woman, like it's the same thing. So you just it happens with animals as well that they're mixing. But that's a timber wolf.
That's a timber wolf.
Yes, sir.
Now I do believe that these things are all over the place.
Oh yeah, like I'm hearing stories that they're even going with dogs. To be honest, like huskies and stuff. It's crazy. Like
sluts.
I don't know. It's like they're dogs, right? At the end of the day, they're still part of the canine family. So
yeah. So
it's just,
when I lived in Vernon, I told you I'd tell you my wolf story.
Well, no, you didn't. Yeah, you're telling me now.
So these are gray wolves, which are actually timber wolves. The timber wolf is, I don't know why I prefer the name timber wolf as opposed to gray wolf, but they are fucking gray.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was at West Side Road on the outskirts of Vernon, BC, up in the mountains hunting. And I lived probably 15 minutes away from where I was hunting up the mountain. And I was walking down like they call them fire roads, but they're for access if there's a fucking forest fire or some shit up in the mountain. And I could hear running and all this other kind of stuff going on beside me. I never thought nothing of it. I was like, okay, it's probably a fucking squirrel or some shit. And I was walking down because the sun was starting to go down. And as I come down to the bottom where I'm gonna hit the road, I heard two gunshots, just bang bang. It's like, oh, what the fuck? I'm getting the hell out of here. So I got in my truck and I drove back down to my house. And as I pulled in the driveway, my neighbor pulled in after me. And he was a taxidermist. So he says, come over to my house once you get unloaded and cleaned up, and I'll show you what I got. I said, okay. So I went over. He goes, I walk into his garage, and this is where his taxidermy shop was. He goes, this is what was following you in the woods.
No way.
240-pound fucking gray wolves. They were going to kill me.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's a 140-pound wolf. That's
fucking huge.
That's crazy, man.
Like, we picked them up, and like, feet still touching the floor. Their head was above mine. They're fucking huge.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, they're quite the animal, man. The way that they roll in their packs, it's they keep their pack pretty tight, and that's kind of that's the one thing I like about the timber wolf, right? It's all about the pack.
Yeah, they do.
You're as strong as your pack.
They do stray off every once in a while, but they always come back.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the movie The Grey?
The Grey?
Yeah.
I believe I did. I can't remember too much of it, but I think I remember that one, The Grey.
Basically, it's Liam Neeson and a group of buddies that are lost out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and they all get killed by wolves.
Yeah, I did watch that one. That was a good movie. That was I enjoyed that one. That was quite the clips they had on there.
The most interesting part about this thing with my neighbor was I had no fucking idea. None.
Yeah.
I could hear stuff, but no idea I was gonna die.
Yeah, man, it's dangerous. Like, I end up going for a run, and like I run out in the woods around here, and it was right by the highway. I was running, and sure enough, I had one headphone that was out, and I had one in.
Yeah.
And sure enough, while I was running, I heard it was a black bear, like a black bear cub.
Yeah.
And it was just had that. It was like it's doing this weird call, and I screech. I look over, and I'm like, what the fuck? Sure enough, it was the mother cub was in between us,
Yeah.
and the two cubs. There was two cubs in the tree line behind her. I was like, holy shit! I just kind of yelled at it. I was like, ah! Ran off, all three of them. I was like, holy shit! I'm lucky. Kept running. I was like, man, that's lucky.
You're lucky
That was,
because they don't play with their cubs either, man. Like if you're too close, they'll get you.
Yeah. So it's I was lucky that the cubs weren't not in between us.
Yeah.
So I was happy it was the other way around. So usually if the cubs are in between you and mother cub, it's a bad sign.
Yeah, you can't run either because they'll catch you.
Oh, you think that you think you could outrun them, but they're quick, man. They're quick animals, the bears.
Same as a crocodile, you can't outrun them either. They're fast.
Yeah, I always see them funny videos of them Asians trying to. I don't know if they're Asian, but they're doing something. It could be Aboriginal over there doing.
Yeah.
They're playing with their crocodiles, and it's don't ever turn out the best sometimes.
Yeah, listen, wildlife is a crazy thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
you never know what can kill you. Like you see this ugly ass moose that's like supposed to be the ugliest thing on the planet. Thing will stomp you to death.
Oh yeah.
And they're huge. I don't know what they're like out where you are in New Brunswick, but I know what they're like in Ontario. And
They're huge.
like we used to drive up through Algonquin Park in Ontario, and I was in a little Honda Civic, and a moose on the road would run right beside your vehicle. But you could look underneath and see the scenery on the other side because their fucking legs were taller than the car.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Yeah.
But all right, I think we've talked enough about natives. What else we talked hunting, fishing. What else we got to talk about with them? Derek?
CPBC.
The CPBC
Yes.
and USG Canada. We'll talk about them because we are both sponsored by these guys. Let's see what you got, Nathan. You got those? I got those ones too.
I got these gloves. I got these babies. These ones are good quality. I swear, man. Like the thumb protection is probably the best. And the wrist as well. Like the quality on the wrist and thumb. That's what did it for me, man. It's like I try to hit through the bag every time I'm boxing, so it's nice to have that protection as a fighter. And I literally spend 10 minutes on my hands before I train, so it's taking care of my hands is important. So I tape my hands up and I wrap them perfectly, and that's when I start training. So
Now, are you wrapping in gauze or are you using a hand wrapping tape?
I'm using hockey tape. You know, it gets a little expensive. It's hard on the hands, but I mean, it holds everything together. I use this hockey tape. Old school, man. I just use the tape. I will go around it a few times and start to really just keep it in tight.
What the fuck is going on here? Empire Pro Tape. Can you guys send fucking Nathan some tape, please?
Please, yeah, man. Any tape would be good.
Okay.
Anything other than fucking hockey tape would be great.
Oh, it'd be perfect. I need some better tape, but it's the hockey tape. It's been doing the trick right now.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those tricks that you gotta figure out how you're gonna take care of yourself long term if you're gonna keep boxing. So
Well,
your tools.
You've got the right gloves on your hands at least.
Oh, at least I know. Like I don't feel nothing after that.
Are those the
No,
10
it's,
ounce or are those 16s?
16s.
16s?
Is, my sparring gloves right now. So good gloves, great gloves, and protect me. So
Nobody's complaining that you're punching through them and they can feel your knuckles on your face?
They don't like to say too much after we're done sparring. They try to keep it to themselves.
Oh, you guys want the official bad guy gloves? You can hit up my boy Howie at USG Canada and you can get yourself a pair of these. They're only $7,000. Just kidding. I don't know what they cost.
$7,000.
Yeah, 6 of that comes to me. But I've been super happy with USG so far. Howie's very easy to deal with. He's super happy.
Oh man, like I couldn't believe the quality, man. This is my vest here.
Here we go. I like
My
that.
vest. Fucking wicked, man. He did a great job. Like it's light. It's perfect, man. It's the quality there as well.
I'm going to disclose something on the podcast today that nobody has ever seen before. And I'm going to show you, Nathan, because this is how he made me a very special walkout vest for my next fight.
Yes, sir.
So this is a bulletproof vest.
Bad guy.
The bad guy. That's what they call me because I talk way too much shit.
Yes, sir.
All my sponsors on there. The bad guy bulletproof vest is dope. Along
That's sick, man.
with the purple and black pro gloves.
That's wicked.
So I like that. But Howie can make anything.
Yes, I didn't know. I didn't realize that. And it's, once he came with this, when he told me about the product line, he could do for me as well for my fight gear. I was like, man, I'm down for that for sure. And Howie's a generous man. He's a good guy, man. He really helped me a lot for this last fight. So
I know that there's a beef with Rival, with this USG Rival thing that's going on here. I don't know why there is a beef, because at the end of the day, Howie looks at Russ Amber as a mentor.
Yeah.
Like there's no hate.
Yeah, I don't understand the beef as well. I personally I like both brands. Like I have nothing bad to say about Rival as well. It's just guess it comes down to preference. And
Yep.
there's enough room to have more than just one sport I guess line.
Well, in Canada
Lots
at
of
least.
love line. Yeah.
Shit. Like if we were all getting angry, I've said it before on here, if we were all getting angry about boxing gloves, Everlast would sue everybody.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. It's the same thing as socks, man. Like fucking Hanes makes socks, Stance makes socks, everybody makes socks.
Yeah.
Underwear, same difference. Pants, shirts, hats. It's all the same shit.
Yeah.
All depends on what you like. We need options.
Yeah, that's true. And no, I don't know what's going on between them two, but both brands, I like them both. I just suggest to people you get what you I guess try both, figure it out at the end of the day what product you like the best. I like the USG gloves right now. They're perfect. They're good quality and protect my hands. So I use the USG right now. So
bam, you guys heard it here. Did you watch the fights last night?
For Jones.
Fuck him.
Jones?
No,
the UFC fights or the boxing fights?
Boxing fights. David
No,
Ortiz fought.
I didn't even watch I just heard about Jones' fight, and that's all I heard. I don't even watch the UFC right now. But
Do you think
I
John
didn't
Jones
see the fights
cheated?
last night.
You think he cheated last night? Think he was on steroids?
I don't know. I have no comment on that question.
No comment.
No comment.
I would be more interested in the ruthless Robbie Lawler fight versus Ben Askren coming over from 1FC, who they've said that Ben Askren's probably the number 170-pound fighter on the planet. I don't know
I'd like
who
to
won.
see that.
Who won?
Robbie
Derek.
Lawler.
That
I'm
was,
surprised Robbie's even getting that low.
That was a stoppage.
205, I thought.
Robbie Lawler, 170.
Yeah, was he 170?
Yeah, he had the two fights with, who was it, Rory McDonald at 170 for the belt. But,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they fought last night. It was a stoppage, eh, Derek?
A super controversial early stoppage on a bulldog choke by Ben Askren.
Did Robbie tap?
No.
Oh!
Weird. Across the jaw, he couldn't communicate. It was a
So they thought he was out, but
Yeah,
he wasn't out.
I can't talk. The guy's fucking ripping my neck. No. So he was super cool
Or
about
stoppage?
it. The Ben Askren, Robbie Lawler
bad
fight.
stoppage is what it is. That's combat sports, though.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, it's the ref is trying to protect the fighters, right?
Let's talk about the David Ortiz fight for a second.
I haven't watched the whole thing yet.
Okay.
And there was
Ortiz, right?
Laura fought last night too for the title.
Okay.
So-
I didn't watch them fights last night.
Shame on us.
Didn't get the chance to view in on there.
I watched the first fight on the card, and it was a hell of a fight for, I believe it was a WBO title in a lower weight class. So I don't know the gentlemen's names because I can't pronounce them. But they went to fucking war.
Yeah.
Right. You talk about guys. Oh, you know what else I watched last night? And I actually got a really cool drill that we're going to do on Monday from this fucking movie. And that was Creed 2.
Oh, you saw it.
Yeah. Have you seen it, Nathan?
Creed 2, yes. Yeah, I seen Creed 2. That's I like how they incorporate the Rocky scene, man. That's awesome.
Do you think that's the last one they're going to do?
I don't believe so. I think they'll be going on with this for a while because I think they're going to find another way because it's it's gonna make money, right? Like they
Yeah.
already have a good following with the Rocky movies, and people want to see the next thing. So I think that this is gonna go on for a little while myself.
I know
And,
Sylvester
right,
Stallone said that that's the last one he's gonna do because he's probably gonna die next week. Like he's 114.
yeah,
But-
he's old. He's getting up there. And he's
That's right.
but I could see it where they could almost have him gone and keep saying it. I guess building Rocky's legacy into the movies, right?
Yeah.
Keep going back. So who knows? It's cool. It's cool what they did right now, and it's nice to see. Like Southpaw was another good movie. It's
Oh,
nice
you
to
like
see these
that?
nice movies, and it's nice to see all these boxing movies. It pumps
Yeah.
me up before my boxing fights. I'll be watching, Rocky. I'll be on a Rocky trilogy watching Rocky every day, and then next day I'm watching Fighter, Southpaw, and that's my last week in my fight camp. I'm there, just watching videos, getting myself all primed up.
So you know the scene where they take Donnie out and they take him to the desert and he's got to train with these fucking savages out in the desert and they
Yeah.
throw the tire in the center of the ring. Front foot in, bitch. Let's go. We're doing that
Yeah, man,
Monday at the gym.
That's how you rip, man. That's how you're gonna. Oh, that's how you get the power, and then not only that, you could take it from there. So
Yeah.
it feels good, I guess. If you like to bang it out, it's one of those things that it feels good when being in there. You get to work the angles, slip,
Yeah.
really just roll with their punches, right? It's I like that drill. It's I've been seeing that for a while, and I've yet done it. But it's
Really?
we need a big enough tire is what we need.
It's true.
So,
There's a
it's,
couple little bitches up in my gym. I like to fucking do that too, so I'm gonna do it to them on Monday.
yeah, breaking ribs.
Yeah, or break somebody in half. What do you walk around at weight wise? Normal walk around weight for you?
I usually walk around 175.
Well, you're not that far out then.
Yeah, no, not that far out. 175 is I think it's healthy, and when I'm training, it's I go down to about 172, 170, and I could even get lower. Like I could get down. There's one time I was 168. So, and it's just because I guess the peak in your training,
Yeah.
I always get about 5 pounds less
Yeah.
minimum. Like, and I usually get down to the 170 mark, and then I push it for the last couple more pounds. So. But,
Now, is there one food that when you like we're in training camp, right? We're 6 weeks out and you've already done like 3 on a diet and you're like, motherfucker, I just got to reload somehow. What is the one food that you run to?
honestly, one thing that helped me was cauliflower.
Really?
We process the cauliflower. We bust it all up, and we use it as rice. You can subsidize your food for rice with that. And another thing was pizza.
Yeah.
You can almost make a pizza crust with that as well, with egg and a little bit of cheese, or I think it's just cheese.
Have you done it?
Cheese or egg. Yeah, I've done it with and it's not bad. I mean, it's a thin crust
Yeah.
once it's there, once you make it. But I mean, you have all your, you have your chicken, whatever, vegetables. You load it right up with vegetables, and it's so good, man. But it's a pretty well carbless pizza at the end of it. So
Yeah.
you still have your pizza, and you still have and like I use the cauliflower for. That's probably my secret, I guess. That's
Cauliflower.
the cauliflower, man. It's like for the rice, it's like you fry it on a frying pan, like fried rice, and just put all your vegetables on top, and
Huh.
it's not bad. It's just the secret is vegetables, really, man. You can eat as much vegetables, and that's the secret. But I love my meat as well, so my chicken, vegetables, but cauliflower is the secret for me. That's my weapon, I guess.
The secret weapon of the Timberwolf, of all things, is fucking cauliflower. That's funny.
Eat a lot of spinach too, though, like
Yeah.
Popeye, right? So it's more nutrients, I guess, and baby spinach than you have with just your normal lettuce.
I put spinach in all my shakes
Yeah,
because you can't
That's-
taste
that's
it in
good.
there.
yeah.
But-
I did that for a while, but right now I just have my scoop of veggie, put my vegetable scoop of that vegetable supplement. And
Yeah.
it helps. Like it just helps. It's a lot easier than trying to have a handful, and The problem is I put too much vegetables and I can't grind it all right. So that's the problem.
Then you got to add more water, and you need fucking 3 shaker cups to get the whole thing in there.
Yeah, exactly. I need like 3 shaker cups and a little bit more water, but
how do you feel that's not how you feel. How do you find the wild meat in your diet when you're coming up to fights?
I always tell people it brings the wildness in me, I guess. It's I love the wild meat myself. It's but I always tell people it gets me wild, I guess. It's normal for, I guess, my body type as First Nations. We've been eating it for a really long time that it goes well with me in my digestive system. It kind of just really works well with me. So I rely a lot on the wild meat, and it's gone a long ways for me so far. So
I always like when hunting season comes up because I lean right out with the wild meat. I don't put on any fat. I lean right out. But then I get off of it, like, we're going to come up to summertime, and then I'll be like, fuck, we got no more deer left. We're going to have to go out and find something. But,
chicken wings.
Something.
Chicken wings and burgers. Summertime, holy.
Something a fat fuck needs to eat, right?
Yeah.
But,
something easy to eat.
Yeah, we've been just fueling off of deer meat for about 3 months now. Every meal is deer. But I don't get sick of it. It's nice.
I like deer meat. Actually, this was my first year with deer.
Yeah.
Like deer in the freezer, and that was it's very tasty. Not gonna lie,
it's different.
It's definitely different than moose, but I enjoy it. Like I enjoy cooking, so it's I'll cook anything. I'll make anything taste good.
Do you have ground deer in the freezer?
Yes, I do actually have ground deer.
Deer tacos.
All day.
Deer tacos
all day. They're so good.
I do that with moose. Tacos, and same thing, man. It's awesome.
Deer tacos are legit.
Spicy.
Yeah, and then deer burgers, obviously, that's a no-brainer. But deer tacos is legit.
Yeah.
All right, Nathan, let's wrap this motherfucker up. Do you have any sponsors you want to thank today?
I just want to thank my continuing sponsors, Levi and Levi, CC's Entertainment, Uncle Albert's. There's Jerome Wilson. Who else is there? I know there's a lot of people I'm missing out.
USG.
And USG, yes, and USG as well. You got to thank the CPBC as well. They've helped me a lot as well. So it's everything's going to plan right now, and it's got to keep fighting one fight at a time. So, but no, other than that, man, no, thank you as well for having me on your show.
No problem.
It means a lot, man.
Well, just give me 2 seconds. I'll shut all this shit off. I'll talk to you for 2 minutes off the air, and then you can go on about your day.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right, that's the final shot.